Hey guys, Sam from Manfors Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So today we are going to do another crochet catch up. And this is where I catch you up on all of the crochet and in some weeks other makes that I have been working on in the past week or so. So let's jump straight into it, shall we? So last week I did want to have completed the 7 squares I had left for the baby blankets that I am planning to make. These baby blankets will be donated to charity. The charity that they are going to was set up by a friend of my beautiful friend Christina, Bella Uncinetto. If you're not familiar with Bella Uncinetto, why not? Please go and make yourself familiar. I would really appreciate it. Her channel link will be down in my description box. She works on a US military base in Sicily, and a friend of hers had the idea that she wanted to put some hampers together for expectant mums that live on base who are obviously going to have a new baba. And one of the things that we could make to help contribute to these hampers for these new arrivals are baby blankets. Now, I fell in love with this square design and I am trying to do enough squares for 2 blankets because I'm planning on sending my blankets 2 at a time to Christina. And last week I said that I only had 7 of these squares left to make and I wanted to get them all done. Well, I didn't. I needed to do another 3 and then the squares are done. Well, the squares are now done. Have I started joining them into the blankets? No. Hopefully that will be a job for this week coming. Let's see how time goes. But I only needed to do 3 more. But there seemed to be enough yarn to actually make 4 more. So that's exactly what I did. Now remember guys, these need blocking, okay? I haven't blocked them, so don't judge the ruffly waviness of them because they will be pristine flat squares when they are in the blankets. Now, this was a tutorial that I followed on YouTube. I will put a link to that tutorial in the description box as well. And I was on the last colour, which is this beautiful baby blue. And like I said, I only had 3 more to make, but I actually managed to squeeze 4. So if I have any leftover squares, I will make use of them in something else. I don't know yet, but it has used the yarn up, which is amazing. Okay, so those are the 4 squares. Actually, let me pause you for just half a second and I will grab all of the yarn labels and we will sort that out. So bear with. Okay, I'm back. So let's dig out all of the yarn labels. Now for these squares, I was using my 5mm dots, the darker blue one. Okay, and I told you that I should have 19 yarn bands when I was done. Let's see if I was correct. Bear with me just 1 second. Digging them out of my notions pouch. And I did use a mixture of yarn, but mostly ice. And this has made a lovely dent in my yarn collection. And these will go to my yearly total, which will be fabulous. So let's just get them together. It has eaten a lot of yarn, guys. I'm so happy. Okay, nearly there. Okay, so the white squares that I did were in Emu Classic DK. And each of these were 308 yards or 282 meters, 100 grams, 100% premium acrylic, Made in Turkey, wash up to 40 degrees Celsius, do not iron, dry clean using A, you can tumble dry normal, do not bleach. It was colour 101, which is white. And I used 3 of the Emu Classic DK. These I got from the Knitting Network. There are those 3 there. And then I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 skeins of the Ice Yarns Softly Baby in mint green, baby pink, baby blue and lavender. And the Ice Yarns were 50% acrylic, 50% polyamide, 100 grams, 210 meters, so about 219 yards. Lightweight 3, which is a DK, made in Turkey, wash up to 30 degrees, do not iron, do not bleach, made in Turkey. 16 of those. So that is a lot of yarn bands for my end of year total. It is a lot of skeins of yarn out of my stash, and I will be adding to this pile when I use yarn to join the squares all together as well. So these 2 baby blankets have been a good yarn collection eater. Yes, indeedy. So I am super, super happy with that. And like I said, I just need to pick what yarn I am going to be joining them together with, and then I will have 2 baby blankets. So how exciting. We're nearly at the finish line with those 2 finally. Now, the next things that I was working on in between these slightly bigger projects was more charity donations. Every month I am planning to donate pairs of crocheted hearts to a UK charity called Hearts Healing Hearts. I supported them for a big chunk of last year as well. And basically you crochet 2 identical hearts, tie them together with a little bit of scrap yarn, and they go to various places such as hospices, hospitals, funeral homes, nursing homes. And basically the idea is the family gets 1 heart and the loved one gets the identical pair to the heart, which means they are forever connected by the heart, even if the loved one sadly has passed away or is incredibly sick and cannot be visited. So I managed to make a start on my February hearts. I'm a little bit late to the game this month. I've been distracted by other things, but I did get 6 pairs done. So that is an okay start. It's not brilliant, but they really don't take very long, guys. And I'm sure I will get many more done by the end of the month. I have 3 in this scrap. This is a scrap of yarn from yarn gifted to me by Christina, Bella and Janetto, actually. So there's 3 of those. And then I just had some scrap Stylecraft DK in Matador. There's 2 pairs. And then the tiny bit of the blue yarn that I made the squares out of, I managed to squeeze 1 pair. So nice little scrap busters, nice, quick, easy project. Even though I've said I want a stress-free and pressure-free crochet year, I really did want a goal of helping charities much more, doing many more donations. And I've thought that if I can try and hit the 40 pairs of hearts a month, roughly, that will make me extremely happy. I worked out that if I did 40 pairs of hearts each month, that's 480. So I might push a couple of months to 50 pairs so I can round it up to a neat 500 pairs of hearts for the year. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm not pressurizing myself to make it happen, but I'm going to try and hit those goals as close to the mark as I can, because that will be 500 families that I have managed to help in what might be some of their most darkest, difficult of days, and that just means the world. So I didn't get any work on the Asteria doily again this week. I haven't picked it up. I didn't put any more rows in my Yuletide Christmas blanket. I didn't pick it up. My main priorities were getting the squares done, making a start on the hearts, and then right slap bang in my week, I got challenged by somebody that you may all know. And even though I'm learning to say no this year and I'm only going to want to do something that brings me joy, I actually think I will find this fun. I am finding it fun. And I didn't feel pressured. I actually found it to be something that piqued my interest, that got my little brain firing up a little bit. And the challenge was set to me by the gorgeous Jen over at Cinnamon Stitches. Hey, Jen, if you're watching. She challenged everybody, but she specifically said my name and a couple of other people's names. She challenged me and many others to go deep diving into stash and pull out a yarn or yarns that have been buried or hidden for a long, long time. Basically, something you've had, you may have forgotten about, or you just have never found the project to use it in, and actually dig it out, let it see the light of day, and actually turn it into something pretty. And I thought, I know that I've got a few of those yarns hidden behind me, and there's also totes and buckets and things that you cannot see on camera. So I am quite lucky to have an extensive yarn collection. And I thought, bring it on. Let's see what we can dig out and what we can make. So the first challenge was, what yarn am I going to dig out? And I played with a few options in my mind and I settled on one, and it's gorgeous. And then I'm like, what am I going to make with it? Because I settled on a cake. I've got quite a few cake yarns. And then I was like, what am I going to make? What am I going to make? I don't want something that's going to be huge and time consuming, but I also don't want something that's itty bitty and a bit of a cop out. I want somewhere kind of in the middle ground. It would be even better if it could be a pattern or something that I've never done before. So it fired up my little brain. It was giving me some inspiration and, trying to work out what I wanted to do. Anyway, I have 2 of these cakes and I have already crocheted up one of them. So I am halfway through. As soon as I was given this challenge, as soon as I settled on the yarn, and as soon as I settled on what I was going to make, that took my main focus. To be fair, I hyperfixated because I am addicted and I'm loving it and I'm having so much fun. So thank you, Jen, for saying my name and pushing me to maybe get out of my comfort zone and think outside of the box a little bit, because I am having so much fun. You are such an amazing woman, you really are. Now, the cakes. What cakes did I pull out? I pulled out, and I'll show you the yarn band of the empty cake. I pulled out King Cole Curiosity double knitting. This is a UK brand of yarn. I have had this in my stash for at least 5 years. Yeah. King Cole Curiosity double knitting. They are 150 gram cakes made in Turkey, 100% premium acrylic. There is approximately 524 yards or 480 meters. They are made in Turkey. Wash up to 40 degrees. Do not iron, do not bleach. Cool, tumble dry. Dry clean using A. And this is in the colorway Merlin. I love it so much. I'm going to show you it in cake form. Then I'm going to tell you what pattern I chose. And then I'll show you the actual crochetedness of it. So this is what King Cole Curiosity Merlin looks like. Isn't that a Mantha cake all over, guys? Just look at that gorgeousness. I loves it, I do. It is stunning. Now, it does have a deceiving halo on it, which makes you think that it's wool, but it's really not wool, guys. It is 100% premium acrylic. It is lightly roving, but that doesn't bother me. Now, my camera's going to blow it out and not show it to its truest colour, but this is like a cornflower blue. Then it's like a deep dark purple. Then it's like a pinky purple. Then there is a dark rust, a slightly lighter rust, a yellow, a light grass green going into an aquary bluey green into like a turquoise. It is gorgeous. Now the first cake I used was wound slightly different, but that's okay. Absolutely okay. But it is so yummy. So yes, I have already put one cake into this project, which is 524 yards. So that is another yarn band for my end of year total. Yes, it is. And I thought, yarn that's been in my stash for more than 5 years, tick. Rainbow, that's a Mantha colourway, tick. Jen also quite likes rainbows. And then I'm like, there's been a cowl of Jen's that I have wanted to make for a very long time, and I wonder if the colour stripes in this cake would lend itself to this pattern. And this pattern was named after another YouTube podcaster, Yarny friend, and I love her loads, just like I love Jen from Cinnamon Stitches. And it is Ashley from Stitching Ain't Easy. So Ashley, I will put your channel link in my description box as well. If you watch this, hey, lovely to see you. I absolutely adore Ashley and her channel, just like I love and adore Jen and her channel. If you're not familiar with Ashley, you need to go and get yourself familiar. She is the sweetest, kindest, just yummy person that there is in this world, and I just love everything about her, and I'm sure you will too, so go check her out. So yes, I decided to make the Ashley cowl. So I have done one cake, and honestly guys, you know when I made my crochet monster a few weeks ago, and I said it was like that yarn was made to be the monster because of how it's striped up so perfectly. The same thing happened with this cowl. I'm not even lying. I didn't even plan it because Jen uses a chunky yarn and a much bigger hook than me, and I think she only does 3 peaks. I'm using a DK, a much smaller yarn, with it being a much smaller hook, a much smaller hook with it being a 5mm. So I decided to do 5 peaks because she gives you the multiple in order to do that. But check out her tutorial. I'll link that as well. She can tell you how to make it because it is her pattern. So I used a much smaller yarn, much smaller hook, more peaks because it's chevron. I've never done a chevron. I have never made a crochet chevron, a crochet ripple, none of it. All of those wavy, beautiful things I have never attempted. I am now in love and totally addicted, and these colour stripes just worked out gorgeously. Honestly, I didn't plan it. I have not colour controlled in the slightest. Old Mantha would have. This Mantha, no. I just let the colours flow, but you cannot even see any harsh breaks of where the colour changes. Are you ready? It is, honestly, I am so in love with it. So the centre of the first cake started with the dark purple. Now it is ripply because it is chevron, but you tell me if you can see any harsh colour breaks in this at all, because I can't. I can't. It just blends absolutely gorgeously. And I have not, I swear on everyone I love's life, I have not colour controlled in the slightest. But this yarn was made to be this cowl. So I am planning on putting the second full cake into this. So it is going to be a large cowl, but that's okay because I'm planning to wrap it around my neck twice anyway. But yes, I started at this end and we traversed through the colours. And, oh, that's just a fuzzy. Let's get rid of that fuzzy because that's deceiving. I do not see any harsh colour breaks in this at all. And I've tried looking. Beautiful. I love it. Just look at the gorgeous chevrony, ripply, wavy beautifulness of it. I have been addicted and having so much fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to chop this cake up because I planned to go mirror it the other way. So I ended on the darker cornflowery blue. So I can use the darker cornflowery blue from the centre, but then it's the blues and greens. So I'm going to have to then, when that colour finishes, I'm going to have to then reattach this way and work my way in. But that's okay. I am more than prepared to do that. That is absolutely fine. It does look, though, that there isn't so much of the turquoisey blue. But that's all right. It doesn't need to be perfect. In my eyes, it already is. So yes, I'm now going to mirror out the other way. So I'm going to go back through the colour sequence and end on the dark purple so that the two dark purple ends will join together. But yes, isn't this just gorgeous? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can join the ends now and have a gorgeous cowl, but I want it super long. Plus, I want to use these cakes up. Now that I've found the perfect project that it works in, I want to get the cakes used because they have been languishing in my collection for far too long. 5 years, and I still haven't used them. Yeah, no, it's not good enough. Not good enough. They need to be beautiful things, and this definitely is a beautiful thing. So there we have it. Gorgeousness. Thank you again, Jen, so much for this absolutely enjoyable and exciting challenge that you put out. I was so happy to find these gorgeous beauties. I was happy to finally make the Ashley cowl after the beautiful Ashley from Stitching Ain't Easy. And I am loving the chevron pattern. Like I said, I've never done any of those types of makes before. And I am going to have a beautiful rainbowy cowl of gorgeousness when I'm done with it. So yeah, I am halfway through, one more cake to put in, and I couldn't be any happier. So yes, thank you for the challenge. It has really been fun, and that ticks the box of just make what gives you joy and fun. So yes, there we go. I told you I would try and feature it on my channel this week. I finally managed to get around to it. So yay me. So I suppose even though I'm not supposed to be putting stresses or pressures on myself, I'm not supposed to be giving myself goals, I think that for this coming week, before next week, I would like to at least get up to 20 pairs of hearts, so I'm halfway, because February is almost done already. So that's another 14 pairs, but again, like I said, they're super quick and easy and they don't take long at all. So I think I would like to get up to 20 pairs of hearts made. I think I would like to put another tier on the Asteria doily. so that there's been a little bit of love and work in that one. And let's see if we can get this second cake in. Who am I kidding? I want to work on that the most at the moment. So yes, those are going to be my loose, hopeful goals for next week. But it may all change, and because I get very little crochet time in, it may not even happen. But it's good to have focuses and goals going forward. So yes, that is everything I have for the past week. I hope you have a fabulous weekend ahead. Not sure what is planned for us, but I will fill you in at some point. Um, yeah, thanks for your company all week again, guys. I really do appreciate it. And fingers crossed, the weather is going to start changing and spring will start arriving. Right, I'm going to get going. Love you all loads. So until next week, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.